Hi, my name is John Fain, and I'm going to be presenting to you today diptych art. Diptych art has its origins as far as the word is concerned in the Greek language, and it consists of two parts. The first one, meaning di or d, which is two, and tik or tike, meaning fold, and the two words combined are diptych, so twofold. Diptych art is a singular work that consists of two parts formed by a pair of panels joined together. Diptych artwork can be seen in the form of paintings, photographs, carvings, drawings, or any other form of art that consists of two parts that make up the whole. These panels can be joined together by a hinge or displayed side by side. Diptychs may have been designed with hinges originally, allowing the piece to actually fold together to protect the actual artwork inside after it's folded. Diptychs can be observed in many different styles. The panels may show two different scenes that are related, or they may only be complementary. It is common for the panels to share a color theme but depict different scenes on each panel. Personally, I can remember as a child, my parents had diptych portraits of themselves hanging in the hallway of our home. And the portraits were of the same color scheme. And when looking at them, you could tell that they went together, that they belonged together because they shared the same color scheme, and it just looks like that they were designed to be one piece. The first piece that I chose is the Walton diptych, and this particular piece is interesting for a few reasons to me. Firstly, the author is unknown, which is not uncommon for earlier works of art. They really cannot pinpoint who the author of this piece is. Many times there's speculation about who the work should be credited to, but no real evidence to point to one person who should actually get the credit for the work. This piece is a hinge piece, and the medium is egg on oak. The date is the late 1300s, and it measures 53 by 37 centimeters. The original is located in the National Gallery in London and is a late medieval painting. It is one of the few works of art to survive the time period. The next piece that I chose is titled The Duke of Duchess of Urbino, Federico da Montefeltro and Battista Forza. The author is Piero della Francesca, and it is an oil on wood painting, and the period is 1473 to 1475. There's not an exact date for the painting, except which is not uncommon for older works of art like this. Each panel measures 47 by 33 centimeters. It is said that this piece was one of the most celebrated portraits of Italian Renaissance, and it features the Duke of Urbino as laid out in the title, and his name was Federico da Montefeltro, and his wife was Battista Forza. The third piece that I chose happens to be a personal favorite. I'm not sure why. I kind of like this time period, even in the movies and watching different types of documentaries and things like that. I just happen to resonate with this time period, so I really like this piece. And it is Philippe the Handsome and Margaret of Austria. And it was created by Pietro van Canixolo. And this oil on oak features portraits of a brother and sister who happen to actually be of royalty. And it can be seen in the way that they were dressed and some of the things that they're adorned with that points to royalty. And this piece dates to the late 1400s. Next is the Christ and the Virgin, and it's a oil on oak measuring 60.3 by 34.7 centimeters each, and dates to the early 1500s. This well-known diptych was not intended actually to be a diptych, which is pretty interesting about this piece when you think about it. And the pieces were actually brought together as an afterthought. And so Christ and the Virgin actually are also owned by the National Gallery in London, and they're not currently on display, but they are there at the gallery. This next piece is by Robert Campen. It is called Man and a Woman, and it dates back to 1435. The oil with egg tempera on oak is 40.6 by 28.1 centimeters each. In this work, it seems apparent that the two are husband and wife, and their dress seems to point to not necessarily royalty, but a prosperous couple or prosperous family. Apparently, they had money because of the way that they were dressed. The next piece is Ercole der Roberti, who actually created this piece known as the Dead Christ. It is tempera on wood and dates to 1490. And the dimensions are 17.8 by 13.5 centimeters each. And in this final and vibrant work of art, Jean Fouquet produced the piece known as the Eternit Chevalier in St. Stephen with Virgin and Child, and it dates to 1452 and is oil on wood. The piece measures 3 foot and 1/2 inch by 2 foot 9.5 inch. And the next piece is 3 foot by 1 1/4 inch by 2 foot 9.5 inch. I'd like to thank you for joining me today for this presentation, and I hope you enjoyed it.